Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com and welcome to my stamp room. It's actually kind of clean today. The lighting's a little awkward. I don't know, it seems kind of dark, but with the sunshine in the back, it just makes it look darker up front. So I am hoping that you are out there and you can hear and see me. And if you can, I would appreciate it if you just send me a note. If you're on YouTube, down in the message, you can just message me and let me know you can hear and see me. And if you are on Facebook, down in the bottom there, you can just write messages to me and I can get them. Also on my website, I will be checking that for messages. That's a little more difficult for me to check, but I will make sure that I do throughout the morning. This should take about an hour, I think, I hope. But I am here and I'm willing to answer questions for as long as you have them. I have some great ideas and techniques that I'm going to show today. I had a lot of fun yesterday getting my plan all together. So we're just going to wait about another minute because I actually started a wee bit earlier than 10 o'clock. In fact, my time now, it's just 10 o'clock. So you guys are a little lag behind me, not far, but just enough of a lag that it kind of can be a little awkward sometimes. So feel free to let me know what's going on if you're having issues. I know last month I had some issues with my videos. They were lagging, and I think I might have come up with a great plan to fix that. I'm hoping. So today when we're showing videos, it's hard for me to demonstrate live because of where I live and our internet access, and it's just too much streaming. Now the issue I'm going to have is I am taking care of my son's puppy, and she can hear me talking, and now she's going to start whining. So we might have to listen to a little bit of that. I will try to deal with that during the video time, and hopefully it won't be too big of a problem. So I'm just kind of waiting. Oh, good. People say they can see and hear me. That's awesome. That's the best. Okay, so I will be checking for questions throughout the whole day. Or not the whole day. It's not going to be a whole day thing. The whole morning. So honestly, if you have questions, just pop them up there and I will answer them. A couple of things I want to remind you that if you are on Facebook, down here at the bottom, that red arrow is, it says auto refresh comments. That is excuse me, I've just lost it there for a minute. That is, the comments refresh every 90 seconds. So if you're in the middle of typing something and your 90 seconds is up, it doesn't matter when you started, it will refresh, and then you're going to lose your comment. So if you want to make a comment, I would uncheck that little box, write in what you want to make. You can always do an auto refresh over on the other side where it says refresh now, or you can always just check that box again and it will auto refresh. But know that when you are in the middle of typing something and it refreshes, you're going to lose what you typed. And that is kind of depressing, honestly. Up there on the other arrow by my name, there's a little red arrow by the gear. If you set that gear, you can improve the quality of the video you're seeing, especially if you're on a home computer. Now, the quality that you're going to see depends on my internet access and your internet access and how much we're streaming. And that's why I'm hoping that I came up with a new plan, a great new plan, to make it better. So I'm just going to do a couple welcomes because I see we've got Tony from first time from Tennessee. Yay! Bling It On Pat is an animal lover, so she doesn't mind the dogs being around. I would let them in, but they would end up wrestling here, and it can get kind of, they're funny to watch, but it can get kind of loud with the jangling of their collars and stuff. Great. Lisa's here from Missouri. That's awesome. I haven't been over to Facebook to check, but I will. It looks like we have Teresa's here. Teresa asked the question, how soon will we be receiving the holiday catalog? I will tell you that I started yesterday getting messages from people that they were now getting them in the mail. So check your mailbox. It all depends on your mailman at this point. If you don't have one by the end of this next week, contact me. But everybody that has ordered from me in the last year should be getting one. And if you haven't gotten it yet, watch your mailbox because it's coming. let's see. Linda's here and she can hear and see me. Patty's here. Marianne is here. Cheryl, Pam. Oh, we got a whole big crowd. Good. Okay, so now the one thing I just realized is, you know, I'm trying to be computer savvy, and oh, they're there. Never mind, I found them. I was getting a little panicked because I couldn't find my slides, but I found them. So, questions. I had a few people, like I said, ask me questions all throughout the morning. I will be more than happy to answer them. I did have a few people ask me some questions beforehand. When I send out those emails and I say, if you have any questions, let me know. It gives me a little bit more time to answer. How do you use the foil acetate was one of the big questions. And this is a product that's in the big Stampin' Up! Catalog. It's in the back by the paper, and it's acetate that has foil on it and silver, and it's gold. It's beautiful. I'm just going to show a couple of projects and a couple of ideas. It's kind of, you could use it for anything, but you'll see this little bag was made with the cellophane or the acetate, the gold acetate. They made that little bag, gift bag, and I just think it's beautiful. I think they did a great job. With our gold foil paper and our silver foil paper, it just adds to it. Here's a couple of Christmas cards using that same acetate. You can see it here on this little tag. And then up here, it's actually the background of this card. So you just add it onto a piece of cardstock. And my guess would be that's why they have this piece up here, because the adhesive is underneath that. So, and on this one, the adhesive would be under this tag. That's the one thing you got to worry about with the acetate is the adhesive. But you'll see where these were strategically placed right over that. So the adhesive to the acetate is on the back there. I love this little scrapbook, and this is acetate back here. This is some of the silver acetate. Oh, got ahead of me there. And then the gold foil paper for the bow. It's just a really cute little thing to put on your desk or on somebody else's desk for a friend. But that's a great use of that acetate. So you just use it like designer series paper. Now on this one, this acetate on this little tag back here would just up that craft bag and just give it that nice pop. I like the layering of that particular project. That looks good. Somebody else asked, she's looking for a to and from stamp that has the colons at the end line up rather than the T and the F. So most to and from stamps line up the T and the F, and then the colons don't line up. She wants to know where she can get a stamp where the colons line up. And I did notice in the holiday mini catalog coming up, there is a to and a from stamp, and they're separate, and they're photopolymer, so you could actually line them up. This Rebecca was doing, was thinking of hundreds of product, like 100 or more to and from tags, and she didn't want to use a Stamp-a-majig and do it. And I just think with those photopolymer stamps, you could easily line that up, and that would work. I hope that helps, Rebecca. I didn't see any others, but honest to gosh, I didn't have a whole lot of time to look, but I did take a little cruise around. So good luck. Okay, so today's workshop, we're going to talk about this Thoughtful Branches bundle that Stampin' Up! Brought out just for August. This is while the supplies last, and at this point it is still available. This is one of those stamp sets that, to me, when I first saw it, I loved it. I thought it was really versatile. There's a whole lot you can do with it. But when I started playing with it yesterday and seeing what other people are doing, I have been like totally blown away by this Thoughtful Branches stamp set. It's just fabulous, and the things that you can do with it are great. And so that's kind of what I'm going to focus on today. I hope that you learn something from all this and that it works out the way that you want it to. One of the things I want you guys to notice is I'm hoping I have made my pictures, my images, and my videos bigger so that those of you who are on a phone or those of you who are on a smaller computer, it will be good and you'll be able to see it. And I am just hoping that it works. So we're going to get started with my first video. Let me know after you've watched it. And Laura from California, I have a frozen screen. Is that right? No, refresh. I will go around and check. Yeah, you have to refresh your screen if things freeze up sometimes. And I know it makes it difficult, but I will be Sorry, tried to do two things at once. So here's the video. Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm here to show you a card that I made with the Thoughtful Branches stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's this one here. It is only available until the end of August or until supplies last. So if you want it, you better get it now. Or and it may show up eventually down the road, but at this point it is only while supplies last. And also these thinlets that go with it, you can get these separately or you can get them as a bundle and save 10%. But this is a really fun set to play with. I've had a lot of fun today and I just wanted to share a couple of ideas with you. So on this particular video, I'm going to show you how I did this technique. And as you can see, it's going to be the same technique. I just changed some of them into flowers, some of them into trees. And what I liked about this is that, number one, hydrangeas can be any color. If you Google that, you will find it. Google images of hydrangeas and you will see that there are many colors. So any color would work. And as far as I'm concerned, when you're stamping, your trees can be any color that you choose them to be. So I am going to be using Pool Party today. Pool Party cardstock. This is a piece of Whisper White. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and that's going to be my card base that I put my card on. And now I've got two other pieces. This is a piece of Pool Party. It's going to be a layer on there, and this one is 4 by 5 1/4. And then this third piece of white, Whisper White, I just cut down 1/8 of an inch. So it just gives a real thin border on there of that color. And I will put those measurements up on my website with a link up there that you can click on to get to. So to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and use the thinlet. I'm going to use this one to begin with. This is actually the tree, the leaves of the tree or the leaves of the hydrangea, and I am just going to cut some cardstock. So I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. And I just have a scrap of paper here. And I am using my new platform, the Precision Plate, then a piece of cardstock, and this is Pool Party. You'll see this has a little arrow on it when you're matching up the stamps with the framelit. That comes in handy. We're not going to do that right now, though. We're just going to go ahead and cut the... Sorry about that. I didn't realize we didn't have a picture. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. That's not going to work. Okay, well, I am going to... Okay, so I have a whole bunch of stuff saying everything's not playing, video's not playing. Yep, okay. Great, well, my plan did not work. But then we move on to plan 2. That's how things work. There we go. Okay, so sorry about that. I really thought that I had this all worked out and it was going to be just fabulous. Obviously, that's not the case. So this is what we're going to do. Let me just pull up another screen. Hey, Sam. Okay. First, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm here to show you a card that I made with the Thoughtful Branches stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's this one here. It is only available until the end of August or until supplies last. So if you want it, you better get it now. Or and it may show up eventually down the road, but at this point, it is only while supplies last. And also these thinlets that go with it. This you can get these separately, or you can get them as a bundle and save 10%. But this is a really fun set to play with. I've had a lot of fun today, and I just wanted to share a couple of ideas with you. So on this particular video, I'm going to show you how I did this technique. And as you can see, it's going to be the same technique. I just changed some of them into flowers, some of them into trees. And what I liked about this is that, number one, hydrangeas can be any color. If you Google that, you will find it. Google images of hydrangeas, and you will see that they're many colors. So any color would work. And as far as I'm concerned, when you're stamping, your trees can be any color that you choose them to be. So I am going to be using Pool Party today. Good gosh. Pool Party cardstock. This is a piece of Whisper White. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and that's going to be my card base that I put my card on. And then I've got two other pieces. This is a piece of Pool Party. It's going to be a layer on there. Sorry about that. So my question is, could you see that? Yes, it's working. Yes, it's working. Oh, no, it's not working because I turned it off. Let me know if it's working. I'm going to start it back up. And this one is 4 by 5 1/4. And then this third piece of white, Whisper White, I just cut down 1/8 of an inch. So it just gives a real thin border on there of that color. And I will put those measurements up on my website with a link up there that you can click on to get to. So to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and use the Thinlet. I'm going to use this one to begin with. This is actually the tree, the leaves of the tree, or the leaves of the hydrangea, and I am just going to cut some cardstock. So I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. I just have a scrap of paper here. And I am using my new platform, the Precision Plate, then a piece of cardstock, and this is Pool Party. You'll see this has a little arrow on it when you're matching up the stamps with the framelit. That comes in handy. We're not going to do that right now, though. We're just going to go ahead and cut this out. And when I'm cutting out my Thinlets, I like to go forward and then backward, so it goes through twice. And hopefully we get a real good cut with that. We should. Put this out of the way. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pop this. I am going to shut that down. And I'm going to go ahead and use a die brush. And I actually put my die brush and my mat inside of a plastic stamp case. Okay, well, I'm back. And obviously the my idea did not work. So we're just going to go forward, probably without much of a demonstration today, but I can always pull stuff from my stamp room and I can show people. It's very frustrating. Yes, somebody said you must be very frustrated. I am, because it used to work so well and all of a sudden it doesn't. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed, but that's something that I have to look into, because I can't play video and be on YouTube at the same time. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to demonstrate live, which the only issue I have there is I'm going to have to figure out a way to get my camera or my something, you know, I can't lift my computer screen up because that's what I use now, so that my hands are underneath and you can see what I'm doing. And I don't want to have to switch like from this view to me to my hands. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, it's frustrating. They call them upgrades. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to upgrade. But I'm not really sure. So it looks like people are still having issues, and I'm sure it's just because they've lagged a little bit behind. So the auto is working, but the screen froze and fresh, no change. Is it working now? Can you see me? You should be seeing me talking. I'm still here. Anyway, I'm just going to go quickly through what I have today. And what I'll do is I'll pop up the videos, send them out in an email, or send them out. I put them on my Facebook page. I'll put all the videos up because I can do that, and you guys can watch it from there. But this card, I just love this card. It's so pretty, and if you could see it up close and personal, you would see where I used Wink of Stella on the whole thing. So it's pretty cool. Let me get to my slides. So I have Wink of Stella, this whole tree. I guess you could call this a tree. One of the things, and then I did one in pink too. And they're very shiny and sparkly and pretty. And one of the things I loved is that I actually used 2 of the dies. But my biggest tip in this video was I cut a whole bunch of the flower dies in all different colors. And then I inked them up in Versamark. And so you get that shade. Versamark is an ink that just does a watermark. So you just get a little bit darker shade of whatever cardstock you're using. And so when you're doing the pink or the blue didn't show up as great, but you can still see it if you look real close. And then I used a white gel pen and just added some little insides to wherever I could see that there would be kind of like a flower. But I really like this to look like a tree because I just thought it was kind of cool, and then a couple of birds in there. These are all stamps from that same set. Same idea. One of the things that I did was I wanted to tell you today was if you need inspiration for something, when I was out in Chicago last week, there were hydrangeas everywhere. And they were all this type, the green. Most of the ones I saw were the lighter green on the green foliage. And they were beautiful. And I just thought they were gorgeous flowers. But one of the things that I noticed, we don't have hydrangeas around where I live much. But when I Google searched hydrangeas just to see what kinds of colors they were, you can see what I found out. I found out that they are hundreds of different colors. Any color works, any color goes. So that was kind of fun, just a fun way to learn a little bit about hydrangeas. So I just do a Google search, and then I hit images. And up at the top of the bar, and it'll show you a bunch of images. So these are the same technique. I use the Versamark. You can see a little bit of sparkle in here from the Wink of Stella, the white gel pen where I put the little dots in, and 2 layers. It's actually 2 layers of the flower instead of 1 layer, and it just makes it fuller. So the first layer is laid flat. The second layer is up on our dimensionals. But I used our dimensional strips. They're called something, and if the first person to put up what those dimensional strips are actually called, I will send you this card. So I'll be watching for that. I can't remember what the name of this dimensional strips are. And then I did one in purple, and you can just see how you do that Versamark. So any color works. You can have, cut a whole bunch of cardstock and then sit down with your Versamark pad and just go to town. And I loved that about that technique. So actually now that, somebody just again said the picture's frozen. Okay, so I'm just waiting to hear if anybody knows what the dimensional strips are called. If you do, so Lee Conradi tells me that the hydrangeas vary in color due to the pH in the soil. Didn't know that. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, hydrangeas are gorgeous. So I was out in Chicago. I was like blown away at how beautiful they were. Sparkly clear marker with a brush tip. Yes, that is Wink of Stella. Ms. Grizz asked what Wink of Stella was, and it's a marker with a brush tip. Let me grab it. So there's lots you can do with the Wink of Stella. But it just adds a bit of a glitter without the mess, and it dries. So this is what the Wink of Stella looks like. It's a little tube, and this pops off, and there you can see it's got a brush end. It comes in clear and it comes in gold, and it is just like, kind of like our aqua painters. There's just a shimmery liquid in there, and I just took it on my card here, This is the card I'm sending out to the first person who can tell me what those dimensionals, long strips of dimensionals are called. But I just kind of ran it right over the top of it. And maybe if I put it up closer. The other thing you can do, let's see, I don't know. I don't think the lighting's going to show it very well. But it's got a beautiful shimmer to it. I can see it. Sorry. Anyway, if you can also watercolor with these. So take your ink pads like you would with an aqua painter. Only use one of this tip and color. And then when you want to change colors, color it out on a piece of paper. Might stain that tip, but it'll be okay. And then you have shimmery watercolor. And I have not played much with that, but watch for that coming soon. As soon as I figure out how I'm supposed to do all this. Oh, we got a few answers here. I gotta look. Oh, Teresa Geyer, she wins the card because they're called foam adhesive strips and they're on page 182 of the catalog. Thank you, Teresa. So this card will go out to you. And let me screen share because I got a couple. Let's see what I got here. There we go. Right, so these are the foam adhesive strips are down here, and they're just long strips of dimensional tape. Let me show you what I did with them as soon as I find them. I have them right here in my hot little hand as soon as I love that you guys are sticking with me and learning. Okay, so these are the foam adhesive strips. You can see how they're just really thin. So what I did is I just cut up along that edge there, and then I just get like 1/4 of an inch of dimensionals, and it's easier to put it onto this piece. It works really well. So I put probably 5 pieces on the back. And like I said, I will pop up the videos. I don't want you guys to go without seeing those videos. So as soon as I'm done here, I will put them up. I'll put them up everywhere. I'll put them up on YouTube. I'll put them up on my website, and I'll put them up on Facebook. And hopefully you'll be able to find them. And you'll be able to see the actual technique of what I did. Because, you know, I feel terrible. I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong. So you're welcome, Teresa. Congratulations. Okay, let's go to the next card. Oh, this is a good one. This was using the same stamp set. I'm hoping that you can see this, but what I did with this particular stamp is, sorry, it's an autumn card. And so I inked up that leaf stamp. And what I did is the first time I inked it up in yellow. Actually, So Saffron was my first color, and I stamped it. And then I inked it up in Wild Wasabi, I believe, in the video. And I just went a little bit off kilter because you can see through your photopolymer stamp, so I can see exactly where I'm stamping. And then I stamped just a little bit off, so they didn't line up with the yellow. And then I did it again with Cajun Craze. And it gave me a nice looking fall card, which was pretty easy to do. Now on the first video that you're going to see with the hydrangeas and stuff, I cut out those die cuts and then stamped them because they're photopolymer. You can see through and you can stamp them right where they're supposed to go. That's one of the things I love about photopolymer. You can see exactly where you're stamping. Now on this one, I just stamped it 3 times and then I sent it through the Big Shot. And I show you in the video how easy it is to line up. It's super easy to line up. So that's great. Okay. Too funny. So those are the supplies that I used. And again, the dimensional tape. Oh, the other thing is you really need this fine tip glue pen because it's such a nice fine tip on it, and it makes things easy to adhere, especially things that are real detailed. I used my precision plate with my Big Shot. Precision plate is just a steel plate. It makes things easier. And I also use the die brush because it cleans out those little pieces of foam. Okay, so this was one of my favorite cards. And you are going to be shocked when you see exactly how easy this is to do. It is sponging, and it's quick. I just used real red and crushed curry. So some pretty intense colors is what I used. And then the tree is actually early espresso. And it's so easy that the video will show you how easy it is to make a quick little template to make that little hill. The other thing I did on this card, and you can't see it so well in the video, but I added Wink Estella to it. I'm going to come back on here. I added Wink Estella to this card. I really wanted to see if you could catch it, but the lighting's terrible. So anyway, this was just cut with a piece of computer paper to cut my template so that this didn't get ink on it. Sponged the color up in here. This I used a 1 3/4 circle punch and a Post-it note to put on there so that first I sponged yellow and then I covered it and then I sponged more so that it looked like a moon. And then Wink Estella down here because I kind of wanted to look snowy. And then my tree is early espresso. Super easy card, but I just love that sponging technique. And I thought it would be beautiful to do this with blues, blue in the sky, blue in the background, white, and then you could even do a Dazzling Diamonds Designer Series paper tree. Or you can always do a tree and then cut two trees, one with early espresso and then one with like Whisper White or the glitter, and then just offset it just a little bit in the back so that just a little bit of the white shows through on each of the branches. And it would be really pretty because it would look like snow. Speaking of snow, yesterday on the mountain, right up there, we got snow. Not a lot, but it was cold. It was a little chilly, and it rained all day here. But we knew that when the clouds went away from the top of the mountain that we would have snow up there. So yeah, snow. I'm not ready for that. Okay, so the hardest part about this is it's really hard for me to check for messages because I'm talking so much. But I will just keep walking through. I don't have Big Shot. Can I use this with the Cuttlebug? Lisa, yes. Lisa says she doesn't have a Big Shot and she wanted to know if she can use the Thinlits with the Cuttlebug. And yes, you can. They work perfect. It's all just a matter of your sandwich and your plates. So yes. In fact, I would guess that there's probably somebody out there that could give Lisa an idea of what plate. I think Cuttlebug is letters. If somebody could give me an idea of the sandwich for Thinlits for your Cuttlebug, I will send you this card. Peggy says, yes, you can use a Cuttlebug. Okay, cool. Darla Welch says, did you know that you can find 3x3 Post-it notes that have sticky over the entire pack of the Post-it? No, I did not know that. Not just a little strip across the top. I use them all the time for matting things off, and you don't have to worry about the Post-it moving. Darla, I love you. I did not know that they made completely sticky Post-it notes. So I will be purchasing some of those because the one that I used in this particular video only had the little strip at the top, and you'll see where I kind of mucked it up a little bit because my Post-it note flapped up. But you know, I'm one of those that believes that a handmade card is going to have mistakes, so it still looks good. I like it. As soon as Lee thinks you use plate A and then plate B and then A for the Cuttlebug. So Lisa, it looks like you use plate B and then A. So Lee, that card is coming to you. Thank you for answering that question. One of the things I love about these live events is that I don't know what people are going to ask me, and I know that there's, oh, Lisa, I have A, B, and a C plate. Okay, so Lee says that you're supposed to use plate B and then A for your cutter block to cut the thinlits. So I hope that works. Yay. Let me check one more time. I got to check my email. See if I got, nope, okay. Great, it looks like we are chugging along here. Might be a little bit shorter today till I get those videos up. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like anybody else has any questions at this point. I'm gonna go back to screen share. I really love this card in person. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so there is your, again, the products that I used for this particular project. And these slides will be available. I'll put them up on Facebook too, or I'll put them up with the videos. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of work this morning trying to get that up. And I will also be hanging out by my computer or around today. So if you have questions, do not hesitate to contact me and ask them. And if anybody has any idea how I could get this to work better, let me know. But I will work on, I'm going to have to tell my son we're going for the live demonstrations. So I don't know why I'm so nervous about doing live demonstrations. This is almost more nerve-wracking than that is, not having it work. So, August tutorial. If you place an order with me this month in August, you get this great tutorial using the Floral Boutique card collection. And I actually have those right here. I think I'm going to show you because there's also a little bonus. I did a little bonus tutorial this month. So not only do you get these 4 cards, which this is beautiful, but you'll also get the bonus. So let me pull myself up again. Okay, so let me just show you. These are the actual cards. Beautiful. What I did is I did videos and I did tutorial PDFs with the supplies and measurements so that you can make these yourself. But this has just got that little gold. It's really super simple. And I just love that thinlit. This is another one I did for this month's tutorial. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can. So see those little pearls? They're gold. I used a gold Sharpie. So I used a gold Sharpie and I just colored the pearls. You can make them any color you want. But this really needed pearls, but I didn't really care for them until I made them gold. And it just, everything fit in, and then I embossed that little section there. Same card here. This is the same card as this one, only I flipped the colors around. And then on this one, I did use the pearls and they looked good. And I just used some of our baker's twine. So yeah, just a great way to make cards look a little bit different. Oh, this is kind of a cool one. This one, I cut them, I flipped the thinlits around on a piece of paper so that it comes around. So you'll see the difference. On this one, they're lined up to the edge of the paper, and on this one, they're flipped around. So the straight line is actually in the middle, and that's what leaves you that spot for stamping. Oh, that's the same. That's the same. This one I put pearls on. Same thing, only I put the pearls. You can see them in there, just to add a little bit of pearls. This was kind of fun. This is a pocket card that I did, and this actually pulls out. Let's see if I can do it. It pulls out. And then this is just your card. But I liked the pocket card, and I'm telling you, these were all very simple, fun ideas and techniques, and I show them all in that video. But then I was playing with this set because it's so much fun to play with. And I came up with another little note box with note cards in it. And so this was a bonus this month, just because I felt like it. So I did little gift cards. Note cards, sorry. coordinating note cards that I'll use the paper, the washi tape. I was kind of having fun one day. And then just to show a difference, I did one in the dark blue box. I'm going to show you the difference. So this is the craft. It's exactly the same. This one I sponged with craft ink to make it more distressed. And this one is just clear and white. And the cards are basically the same. Using the washi tape and the designer paper. Kind of stuck to the same idea, just different font or different verses. So I hope you like that. That's a bonus for this month. For anybody that places an order. Sorry, I'm losing my words sometimes. Buy one, get one on Paper Pumpkin. If you decide that you want to try Paper Pumpkin right now, Stampin' Up! Is offering for the new subscribers. You buy 1 month, you get your second month free. You have to place your order by September 10th to get the September kit. I think this sale actually goes August and September, so you could actually do it for the by October 10th to get the October kit. Just make sure that you use the promo code BOGO in the box when you sign up for Paper Pumpkin. And that will give you the promo. So you'll get charged for the first month. The second month is free. And then with Paper Pumpkin, it's a subscription. You can keep going or not go or whatever. Okay, I am going to do a goodie bag for this month's orders. If you use the hostess code that I've got up here, and I've got it on YouTube, my website, and on Facebook, order by the 23rd, and you'll get a goodie packet from me of some fun new products. Door prize time. Yay! So go ahead and fill out the door prize form. If you are on YouTube, it is down in the description. If you are on my website, it should be there. And if you are on Facebook, you should be able to find it. And I will do a door prize drawing. So go ahead and click on that and fill her out. And if you have questions, now's the time to ask. I do have a couple of other cards to show you that I had sitting here. While people are filling that out, I'm going to look for questions. I don't see any at this point. Yeah, it was 100 degrees where you were. It's been hot here, but yesterday was one of those days where it really felt like fall was coming. It rained all day and we had snow, Jan, and so it's sunshiny today though. So do you have any products from the holiday catalog? I do have a few products. We can talk about that. That Finlet that I used on those blue and navy cards is the Floral Boutique, Jan. Yeah, Lisa's gonna put that on her wish list. I know, right? Isn't that how it always happens? Okay, it looks like people are still filling out the door prize form, so I'm just going to hold up a little bit. I'm going to come back online on screen, and I can't show you the inside of the catalog, the holiday catalog, but I can show you the catalog cover. So this is what you'll be looking for in your mail. And like I said, if you don't have it by the end of the week, contact me. If you've placed an order with me over the past year, contact me and I will get one out to you. I have extras here. If you don't have a demonstrator, contact me and let me know, and I will send you out catalogs. But I don't want to send out catalogs to people that already have demonstrators. So this is another card. I got this week in the mail from my demonstrator above me as part of her group. She sent this out, but it uses that thoughtful bundle, and I just love the look of it. Pretty simple card. She just did some quick watercolor. This is watercolor paper. Watercolor, let it dry, and then stamp the tree on top of it. This actually is a little copper embossing, which is beautiful on her little tab there. She's got the wood grain embossing folder. And then she actually put, you can't see it very well. Oh, maybe you can right there. But see it? The gold Winkostella. Just add a little bit of gold Winkostella. And with the gold and the green, it looks like copper. So that was beautiful. I sent out a card to my group of stampers. This was a couple weeks ago because it was before I went to Chicago. But I used the new spinner card template. This is actually a. Now I turned it towards me to work. This is actually a thinlet, a framelit set, and it has these cute little bees and rockets and all kinds of stuff. But it's a spinner card, so it spins around. Mine gets stuck because this is the first one I did. This was my prototype, but just a fun, cute little card, and then I stamped the inside. That went out to my demonstrators in my group. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I did get an email from somebody who said after the workshop she wanted to contact me. So I should feel bad because I don't remember the name, but it was just a quick email that I got. And so that's awesome. Contact me and let me know. Oh, it was an email on my website. That's why. Perfect. Okay, are there any more questions? Ooh, here we go. Love the Floral Boutique. Yeah, Sonia loves the Floral Boutique Designer Series paper and the coordinating stamp set. So do I. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous. How do you adhere the Floral Boutique Thinlit die to the card front? I would use these strips of dimensionals that we have, foam adhesive, and you can see how thin. I'll just cut one. What I'll do is I'll pull it off, and then, so I cut them, like I would use some of these. You can see where I cut these all here, just really thin, and then you've got thin little strips of dimensional, if that's what you wanted. If I'm not going to put it on dimensionals, then I would use the fine tip glue pen. These are strips, and these are used for pop-up cards, or I used it for this spinner card. So underneath here and here are strips of the foam adhesive. I've been using that a lot lately. So I hope that answers your question, Andrea. I know it's sounds kind of hard to understand. Can't find the Peggy. It's down in the description if you're on YouTube. Click down below. Let me know if you've got it. Yeah, right under the description, there should be a link. Perfect. Peggy found it. Yay. So what happens is everybody fills out the door prize slip and it all goes into a spreadsheet and it gets populated. And beforehand, I pick a number. And this week I picked 42 as the winning number. And then I go to the spreadsheet and figure out who was number 42. And that person wins. Oh my gosh, Jan, you're going to be so happy. Cindy. Sorry. I always thought Ms. Grizz was Cindy, or was Jan, but it's you, Cindy. So this week's door prize is a hostess set, and it's the pun intended. It's kind of a cute little hostess set. Has a lot to do with lights flashing and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to get this sent out to you, Cindy. And I am sorry for getting you and Jan confused. I was just reading the email or your YouTube signature thinking Miss Grizz Montana was Jan, and now I know it's you. So anyway, congratulations, Cindy. You are the winner of that. We're done. And yes, can you resend it to me? I deleted it by accident before I downloaded it. Dorothy, are you talking about this month's tutorial? If you are, yes, I will resend that to you. Oh, good. My confusing answer to Andrea, she understood it. That's good. Okay. Well, listen, if nobody else has any more questions, I am going to get to work putting up those videos. Watch in the next 15, 20 minutes as they start to populate up into the different areas. Probably go YouTube, Facebook. I don't know. I'll pop them into the Facebook. Actually, YouTube first, Facebook, then my website. I have to do it that way, in that order. So anyway, if anybody has no further questions, yay, it is Cindy. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, well, thanks everybody. Sorry for the mess up. I will work on that, and hopefully next time you'll be seeing me demonstrating live. Take care.